Alright, welcome back to Shaving Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi y'all. On a Sunday morning. So we're going to work a day shift today. So we're getting started kind of early. It's somewhere between 4:30 and 5 in the morning. Jumped in the shower, got that taken care of, and going to get us a shave on, and then we'll walk the doggos and go to work for the day. 12-hour Sunday day shift. I'm thrilled. Simply thrilled. No, it's not that bad, really. But anyway, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do, since we're doing a day shift, which is weird, we're going to use a two-sided thingy to shave with, which is not really weird or not really unusual, but it's not my normal, I'll say. I guess I use two-sided thingies plenty often, but not a whole lot. So Mike over in Lafayette here a while back sent me this. And I've shaved with it on video a couple of times. The Flatboy. Not the Fat Boy. The Flatboy. Look at how flat that is. And it's got the same blade in it that it had last time I used it. I'm going to assume that blade is still good because I left it in there. And we're going to find out. So that's going to be today is the Flatboy. I got my old Smog 1305 and we'll finish up with some skin bracer, which I've been using a lot here lately. And most certainly have, and there's a good reason for that. So I was digging around and I found this, and excuse me, this is the body shop for men before they changed over to the Mecca Root or whatever it is in the blue tub. I of course didn't think that the change was that good, didn't see anything wrong with the older stuff, and I don't think the newer stuff is better personally, but I've still got some of this stuff, and it's that texture now. We'll be able to lather right out of the tub, and I think it'll work just fine. I've got a full tub of this somewhere, as I recall. But anyway, that's the plan for today. The Flatboy and the Smog, my favorite little 1305 bore, and body shop for men, the old formula. Kind of a sandalwood smell to me. And we just got a regular old growth. Now it's a little bit more, I guess, than regular because I was off yesterday, so I didn't shave yesterday. So we got about a 2 days growth. I got off at 6 yesterday morning after working two 16-hour shifts in a row with a couple hours of sleep in between. So been busy. Been busy. I don't know. Everybody's got their reasons for why it's hard to hire people these days. And, but it's, you know, when you schedule 3 and 4 interviews and only one person shows up and some days nobody shows up, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. Everybody hollers money. Well, you know, it's better to sit at home and do nothing. That's one thing, yeah, we're going to be just fine with this lather. One thing that's always amazed me is that people would rather sit at home and say they can't get a job instead of taking a job that they can get. Not hard work. Once you learn the job, I don't know. Don't know what to say. But, I don't think it's unique just to the industry I'm in either. But that's an old guy thing these days. I go and start talking to old guys, and invariably that's one of the subjects that come up is the can't get work out of the generation. But the funny thing is, I'm sure back when we were young, if you think about it, the old guys would have been saying the same thing about us. You know, I was born in '69. I'm not that old yet, but I was considered pretty lazy by the older generation. For the most part. Ooh, that's a good light. I love it. I love the smell of this too. And it was really neat. I could go down to the mall and buy this. Now I guess, because I haven't been to a mall in 2 or 3 years now, probably. Yeah, that's a true statement. But I guess I can book down to the body shop and pick up some of the Mecca root. Now, I'm not saying it's bad. It's an industrial cream or soap, and it works. But I think the older formula here, I think it did good. All right, Flatboy. Here we go. The shades I have with it are really, really nice. There's no big hassle finding the angle. I probably say this every time I use this, because that's one thing that I think people would worry about with this is it harder to shave with, find the angle and keep the angle and keep from getting nicked, and I don't find it to be. Of course, it may be the difference between if you know how to shave, if you have good technique or whatever. I invariably will get a comment every once in a while that something along the lines of, good technique aside, every razor has a little difference, every blade has a little difference. And my answer is always the same to that yes, they do, but technique means it doesn't matter. You're still going to get a good shave out of it. Alright. This is the first time I've used this one since I've been shaving the chin, since I got rid of my goatee. But looks like it so far. Gonna be just fine. I like using a little short, choppy strokes around stuff like that. And what I end up doing, I've noticed, is that I use a lot more strokes and go around that old honking chin of mine. But if that's what it takes to work around it, that's okay. There are no pass police. What I used to preach against, and I still, there's people that keep constantly doing passes, trying to get that elusive BBS, and they're working on it, and then they're getting irritation, and then they wonder why they're getting irritation. If you got to do 4 or 5 passes, you might be doing something wrong. But Fuzzy, that's how I like to shave. Fine. Technically, I do 3 passes. The last pass, the touch-up pass with the witch hazel, is usually just because I like doing a touch-up pass and it's more shaving to do. Patrick, hey. All right. I got a little frog in my throat this morning. So as far as two-sided thingies go, Flatboy does a really good job in my book. I've gotten good shades out of it. I haven't had any problems with it. Built nice, heavy. And now that I've used it to shave this old chin, I can say it does that well too. Yep, Flatboy is definitely a usable two-sided thingy, a nice two-sided thingy. Mike, I appreciate it again, my friend. He gave me this, and he's given me several slant razors over the years. Most of the slants I have, almost all of the slants I have come from him. And he sent this one, and I had been looking for a Hoffritz. And I was under the mistaken impression at the time, actually, that Hoffritz had built Merkur, and it was the other way around. Hoffritz was something that Merkur built for the department stores and things of that nature, apparently. But I wanted a Hoffritz. I had a Merkur. And as a matter of fact, I think he'd given me a really nice Merkur. but I wanted the Hofferts, and he sent me one along with the Flatboy here. Cause he's a really good guy, and I hadn't talked to him in a little while. I'm that way with folks. I'll talk to folks for a while and then kind of drift out and then drift back in, and you take up the conversation like you never been gone. I've seen people posting that kind of stuff on Facebook or whatever, but it's true. I'm too much of an introvert to have a constant ring of friends around, but I do have a ring of friends, and we kind of orbit. And when the orbits come together, we'll say hey as we pass. Go out and get something to eat or something along those lines. Used to have some buddies I'd go out to the shooting range with every once in a while. I need to run them down because I need to get back out to the range. I did okay on my qualification. Now here's one thing to remember when you're shooting a qualification like that, is that I don't want to do real good on a qualification. I want to pass. That's all I'm interested in. I don't want to be the guy that's shooting the high possible or shooting the possible and everybody patting on the back for being such a great shot. But if I'm not mistaken, that score goes to the state. I also don't take pictures of my targets and things of that nature. And the reason being is somewhere down the line, if I actually have to play that game with somebody, I don't want their lawyer coming back and say, well, Mr. Young, you're a pretty good shot. It says here that you shoot possibles and qualifications. Why did you feel the need? You know, you shoot pretty good. Why couldn't you just wing him? Or why this, that, or the other? And I've heard stories of them subpoenaing pictures and information like that. Defense lawyers want to know how well you shoot and everything, and then they try to use that against you. So I just try to be in the average range. I shoot good enough to pass and keep my certificate. And that's about all I'm worried about. So if any of y'all shoot qualifications or whatever, or if you're one of these that go out and beat the center out of a target, I pay for the whole target, I use the whole target. But if you're one of these fellas, one of these weird people that like to go and beat the center out of a target, go ahead. If you don't take pictures of it, go ahead. But just remember, that stuff can turn into evidence against you for the defense lawyer in a heartbeat. Maybe I'm just a conspiracy theory type a little bit. Heck, I even like watching Ancient Aliens. I'm not saying I agree with them a lot. I like watching them. But it's amazing how you can take things from around the world that are disjointed and not anything that means anything to anybody together. They're just random stuff, and you can put it together and turn it into something where you think you can prove an event happened. I've always thought that was pretty neat. But I like watching Ancient Aliens. I really do. Really do. So there we go. Look at there. And y'all can't feel it, but I can tell you that right there is a high quality shave. Delta Foxtrot Sierra Plus. It's pretty close to one of them there BBS everybody talks about, which I'll tell you, BBS is a myth. Take the extra time to get it in a couple hours. It feels about like sandpaper. No one's walking up to me and feeling my face to see if I've got a BBS shave. Number once. And high quality Delta Foxtrot Sierra is wonderful. There we go. That's what's going on with me. Hope everything's good with you. I think we're supposed to get some rain today, so maybe I get to sit inside at a post because I'm working a post today, and maybe I get to sit inside at the post and watch it rain outside. I think that's just nice. All right, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shaves to you.